Amazing news! Stanificent Global Academy is taking security technology training to the next level. In collaboration with the National Youth Service Corps, Stanificent Global Academy organized a one-day free workshop on CCTV and solar camera installation, electric fence installation training for Nysc members. Let's take a look at the highlights of this empowering event.
We're talking on electric fence installation. So under that we'll be talking on the introduction, which is to know more on that, the materials. We're talking on the survey procedure, talking on the materials needed. We're talking on testing of your installation. Whatever we can be able to achieve. We definitely might not touch everything. Electric security fence or electric fence installation is a system designed to prevent intruders from gaining access to our properties. As the name implies, the installation is usually done on an already erected fence or as a fence on its own to act as a barrier from animal leaving or entering a secluded perimeter or burglars gaining access to our property by sending electric current to any living thing in contact with it. I come again. This system is designed to prevent intruders from gaining access into your compound, your premises, or your property. It is done on an already existing fence. It can be a fence you put it on, or a fence on its own, whereby you can bury it on the ground and stand it for some people that had ranches that don't want their animal to live there, they can dig holes, put the fence around so that animals cannot leave that area. So survey procedure. As an electric fence installer, when your service is being sorted after, you need to gather some important information related to the installation. This includes the installation location. You must know where you are going for the job, the land size, the preferred material, and how the installation should be done. Now, what are now the materials? So this is the introduction. We have talked about the survey procedure, and the survey procedure said we must know the location, the land size, the preferred material. Just now, land size. We know that lands are measured in various measurement. We have the 100 by 100. We have the 50 by 100. We have the 50 by 50. And we have 200 by 200, and so on and so on. So the price needed for an installation of 100 by 100 is not the same price needed for an installation of 50 by 100, because the land side is bigger. 100 by 100 is bigger than 50 by 100. The material you need for 100 by 100 is higher than the material you need in 50 by 100. So now, materials needed. We need the energizer machine. We need the fence pole. Then we need we need the fence wire. We need the hook, and we need the spring. Then we need the siren wire. We need the alarm. We need the electrical cable. We need the danger sign. So these are the important material we need for this installation, and all of them are displayed here. We said we need the energizer machine. This is the energizer machine. We call it the energizer because it is what sends current towards the fence. This is like a switch. This is where you on and off the current that gets to the fence. It's not just any machine, it's a very huge machine. So we have it, just as I said, we have different brands. Please excuse me. Hello, sir. Just as I told you, we have different brands, just like we have the Dawa and the High Vision for camera. We also have the result 4, we have the druid and the other brands of what energizer that sends current to the fence. The main function of energizer is to send current to the fence. That is just the function, sends current to the fence. So the result 4 is what we usually we prefer using in the organization. So we have the fence pole. This is the fence pole. This is the fence pole. We have them in two types. We have the aluminium and we have what the stainless. The aluminium is a bit lighter than the what stainless. The stainless is stronger. Then the aluminium comes in black while the stainless comes in silver. So we always prefer when you have there are some people when you go to their house, their gates are stainless gates. They have a kind of burglary on the front of their fence that is stainless. So this one will match very well. Understand? But those that have just normal fence and normal gates, you can use this one, which is what most people uses. Understand? So but when there is a kind of stainless gate, it's used, you advise the customer to go for this stainless so that it can match the design. So we have them in various sizes. We have the 6 lines, we have the 8 lines. The higher the lines, the longer it is. The 8 lines is longer than the 6 lines. The 6 lines is shorter than the 8 line. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is a 6 line pole. Then this is 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You can see this is longer. So we still have 12 lines depending on how the fence is. If the fence is high, you go for the 8 line, 6 line. If the fence is not that high, go for 8. Then if it's a very short dwarf fence, you can go for 12 lines. But the standard size that people usually go for is the 8 line. So we have the hook. This is the hook. You can see it. If you are good in fishing, you know how a fishing hook looks like. This is how something like this iron here is called the hook. Then we have the spring. This is the spring. You attach the hook to the spring. Then we have the siren wire. This is where is my siren wire? Okay, this is the siren wire. And this is the siren horn or the siren alarm. That is the alarm. This is siren alarm. This is when the fence is being triggered. This is what make sound to notify people. Meow, meow, meow. That's the alarm. Then we have the electrical cable we use for our connection, the red and black. Then we have the danger sign. This is the danger sign. You must always ensure you put it on the fence, because if anything should happen, there should be an electrocution. Without this danger sign, you will be sanctioned. This is like the license to show that you have notified the, but just like where you have a dog, you said beware of dogs. You have already notified the public. So whoever kind of fails to abide by the rule, whatever it happens, you have already given out a sign. So that's that for that. Then just as I told you, the sizes of the land determines the price of the job. That's why you need to go and do a survey there. So if you have determined the land size, what next you need to know is the pillars around the fence, because each fence has pillar. We know what is pillar, right? So because each pillar is supposed to have a pole on the pillar, so you have to count the number of pillars. That is where you peg your poles on. So each fence usually comes with pillars. So we are assuming this is the pillar. So this is where you peg your poles on. So the total number of pillar determines the number of pole you will need. So most time 100 by 100, each side usually has 10 pillars. So you have 10 10 10 10, that's around 40 poles. So but in this place, we call it the junction of the fence. There's a special pole we use for it. We call it the junction pole. So even as you have that total 40 pillars, the junction pole, the junction of the pillars has a special pole we call the junction pole. So it will be like 40 minus 4. So it's going to be a 36 single and 4 junction to complete that 40 pillars. We call it the junction because it on itself has two different size of what bobbin. We call this the bobbin. So but you can see this one, it has only one. So this for the pillars, while this for the junction. So is it very clear? Okay. So now each of these has what these bobbins on it. Bobbin, bobbin. So it is through this bobbin you draw your wire. This is what we call the what, the wire. You can see we drew it to this place. So assuming there is, you know, this is just a short distance, that's why it's like this. If maybe it is somewhere here, there's another pole here, it passes to this, to that last pole, you tension it to the last pole, it just goes like this. So you tension it to that junction pole that is usually at the end here, you tension it here, you draw another one here, you tension, you draw another one, you tension. So that, do you know what I mean by tensioning? This is the spring. This spring allows it to tension. So when I draw it to here, I tension. I'm assuming this is my junction. So assuming this is not the junction pole here, the junction pole is there and this is a single pole. This wire will just pass on. Each of these bobbin has a clip. It just passes on top of this clip till it gets to that last pole. That is where you what tension the what the, we call this what the stranded wire.
Okay, you don't tension on each of them.
No, you don't tension on each of them. We just tension this here because we just have only two poles. So assuming there's another pole here, there's another pole there, you just allow this to pass on the clip. If you watch, you can see a clip here. Look at it here. Did you see it? So it just passes on this clip to get to where the junction pole. That is where you what you tension. So after you are done running all your wires and tensioning, you now come for what your normal what installation, where you will now what need what your energizer machine. So because of time, so we'll go to what the energizer machine. So when you now register for the two courses, the camera and the electric fence, will take you to sites when you are free, when days that you are free, show you how the job is done on site and as well as what's in class. So the energizer comes with what an alloy key. You want to open. This is the energizer machine. This energizer machine will also teach you how to what install a remote to it. This remote did not come with what this machine. We are the one that did the installation of this remote to this machine. It comes with just a normal key like this. So for you to on this machine with the normal key, you have to near what the machine and just touch it. When I on it, I touch, you will see. But with this remote, you can be anywhere in your house. Maybe this installation, this machine is placed in your security house. You can be there and you trigger the what the remote, the machine will on. It should show you how to do the what the remote connection. This is where what you send current from what the machine to the fence. So you can see the route what return, out, earth, fence. So what do you need to do? Very easy. You need your what your red and black wire to tap your current from the machine. So usually this does not come with this machine. We fix it in the office and we sell it this way with this, because we need to loop just the way it was looped here. You need to loop this, and this is where you fix your red. That's why we always use red wire. Then you can choose, this is buried on the ground to where the fence is. You can choose to connect this either from the first line or the second line, but I usually like my red to go to my first line from the bottom of the fence. Then my black goes to the black pot. So we are now in the what? In the testing of what? The installation. So this goes to the next what? Line. So note, your wire is not just exposed this way. You bury your wire to the fence. You look for a way to make what? It's what? Not visible. Or if somebody sees it, he can easily cut. So you use something like pipe to take it what? Near your stuff. So as it is now, if I on this my machine, you want to send current to this fence. My machine is not yet on. It just peaked, but it's not yet on. So just as I told you, there's two ways for this. You either use this to, this is where it tells you that what your machine is on. It is off, there's no light going here. Then when your installation is wrong, if you on this, it's going to just trigger bad and it will trigger an alarm. So before that, yes, we need what? To install our what? Siren, so that when this machine is triggered, the machine will be making a sound, but because there's no alarm to kind of what? Increase the sound, you might not know that something has tampered with what? Your face. So you need what? The alarm. This alarm connection, the red comes first before the black. So we'll also teach you that. But so just do. So you can come closer to see where I'm plugging this. Just as I told you, you can disconnect this to confirm. This is the siren, this is the light, this is the switch. So we are installing the siren, and you see plus, you see minus. So the plus is usually what? Your red, indicated by your what? Red. Then your minus, indicated by what? Your black. So this is an optional what? Accessory. It's called the what? The strobe light. You saw where I show you light. So it's just like this light on the what? Ambulance. When they are live, the light will just be displaying. So if you still want that, so it's optional. Most time customers don't buy it, but if you want a complete stuff, you need to get it. We call it the strobe light. Strobe, STROBE. Same way you install your what? Your alarm. The red comes first, but no, you know that your alarm is not supposed to be near your machine. So that's why you need this siren wire to extend this wire to where this alarm need to be somewhere that when it's crying it will be loud, maybe near the house, outside, not inside. But because we are just doing a house an in-house practical, that's why we left it here. So you need this your siren wire to extend, but you can leave your strobe light near the machine, but your siren wire must be outside. So knowing this installation is not just for electrical students or engineering students. Anybody can learn. And anybody can learn it. It's an installation which anybody can learn. So it's not left for anybody. It must not be that must be in the engineering department or science department. No. So just as I said, this is the side that signifies that what the machine is on. So to test my fence, I need to what? I can't touch the fence. So I need to use a cable to what? Test. Okay, there's a cable here. Get me cable outside. Take. So it's gonna what? So you know that somebody has tempered your fence. And this alarm sign will show. Even when you are not at home, you will know that something happened. So you can see that this machine is on even when it's not plugged. So it has an inbuilt battery that what sustains it even when there's no light. So but it does not still sustain it for 24 hours. So you need light, or you can connect a solar panel to it. We'll still teach you how you can do what a solar panel installation to the machine. Your connection to the fence, your wire, you tap the current here. So you off and on direct key. Then for the remote, which I said will show you how to do the remote connection. So this remote, anywhere I am, I can what first trigger this alarm. Maybe I observe that somebody is kind of moving around my this thing, even without touching the face. I can just press it and the person will mind his or herself and pass. I can on it.
Okay, you just on the alarm immediately.
Even without somebody. So I can just be at my house and I observe somebody moving somehow noticeable in my this thing. I can just put a false alarm.
There's something.
You can ask your question.
Like this, when somebody tampered it, actually,
Yes.
the lights came on.
Yes.
When you press the remote,
Only because it's a false.
okay.
It's a false alarm.
Okay.
It's not as if somebody tampered with the fence.
If you want somebody tampers, both of them.
Everything will come up.
Okay.
So it's something you can learn within your what time with us. So that is what, there's no current on this other line. So we'll teach you how you can loop from each of these sides to the various what lines, so that all of them will have what current. So you loop your connection from this to this to this, so that others will also have current. You take from this down to the third one, you take this to this, you take this to this, because if you bridge the two, there will be an issue. Your machine will even trigger an alarm. So it must be positive to positive, negative to negative. I'm really telling you that what this is a lucrative what opportunity. If you're able to get an installation, just one job, one time installation, you will make enough that will even cover whatever you spent and double the money. So that's that. Thank you.